Hey everybody, in this video we're going to talk about your checkout pages. Now you want to create your checkout pages fairly early in your process. Otherwise, if someone adds something to a cart, they cannot check out. So there is two ways you can do your checkout pages. First off, there's a one-step checkout, and I'll show you both, and then what we call a two-step checkout. Now the one-step checkout is basically everything is on one page. So they fill out all their billing information, their email address, their credit card information, and they're able to complete the purchase on the one page. The two-step checkout was created similar to other e-commerce sites where people have to register their email address first and fill out their information, and then what they do is they go to another page, another step in the checkout to enter in their credit card information and complete the purchase. And the idea behind this is to get their information at least up front, and so that way you at least grab that information on the first step, and if they decide to abandon their cart or they don't purchase or anything, you still have their information to reach back out to them. So it's really up to your preference what you want to do. I'll show you both. I'll show you where you activate these checkouts. I'll show you the global setting, and it'll be up to you to see how you want to run your store. So first we're going to go to checkout pages in your T-REX plugin. We're going to hit add new. First let's start with, call this one-step checkout. A one-step checkout is going to be, you're going to click on the defaults here, okay? So you do want to upload your logo, so you want to have your logo on there. And again, I'm just using a logo from a store that I created, but it's fine for these training purposes. So upload your logo. When you select your menu type, you can use your custom menu, and if you want to have a menu on your checkout, so basically like refund policy again, maybe order tracking information, or contact us policy, just so, like we set up on the campaign settings, you can customize your menus. So I would suggest doing that, having them on your checkout. So pretty much just go to your campaign settings, and you can copy and paste that stuff over to your menus here. But if you're watching this video before you watch the campaigns videos, basically these menus will be things that that people are going to want to know. So you know, return policy, whatever your return policy will be, whether you're going to give, no questions asked, and then in this you'll give, return policy information, okay? And then you can do one, you can do two, you can do all three. You can do contact us, and in here you'll give your contact us info. And then if you wanted to do a third one, maybe tracking, you can do that. I'm just going to do two for now for training purposes and for time. Okay, so you can use the custom menu. You can also use a WordPress menu, and if you're familiar with that, there'll be the menu that you create on your home page and on your WordPress pages, not your T-REX campaign pages. So this will be a WordPress menu, and if you've already created those, you can actually go through and you can select the menus. Now we haven't created any on these because this is just for the T-REX training, but you would go to your your appearance and menus, and you basically create your header, your menus that are going to be in your header. Now we'll give you the option, if you just want to use those and you already have those set up, you can easily select those, so that way you don't have to go through and create a custom menu. I'll leave this in here for now since we don't have a WordPress menu set up. Okay, the step 1 and step 2 buy options, you don't have to worry about those on the default step 1 checkout. This is for the step 1 and step 2 for the step 2 checkout, and we'll go over that too in here just a second. Now you want to make sure you have your thank you page set up, and you can go and set your thank you page up by going and watching that video. But once you have that set up, you want to make sure that you have your thank you page, because this is when they buy, you're going to want to make sure they're redirected to the thank you page. And for most purposes, that's going to be so your Facebook pixel can fire and you know that you have a purchase. Now the footer links, you just want to simply, once you create your privacy policy content on your WordPress pages and your refund policy, you're going to want to just basically just kind of take these. I would just copy and paste these right in here, and once you have the page set up for that, I would simply just link over to that page, that URL that you've created. Okay, so you'll have to do your research and figure out the privacy policy content, and there is templates out there that you can use, so no problems there. Same thing with the refund. Okay, So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through and remember, you want default checked. You're going to just hit publish. Let's save this first. I guess it wants me to save it first. And then we'll publish. Okay. Now let's go create the two-step. And we'll go back and forth, and I will show you how to do that and what everything means. So now let's go add another one, another page. We'll call this two-step checkout. Okay, now this we're going to click the two-step. Again, upload your logo. Same there as the one-step. The header background color, select, and I didn't even mention this, and you usually just want to leave it here, just this white, this little bit of off-white. You don't want to, unless you want to change the header, you can. But again, the custom menu or the WordPress menu, we've already covered that. Now these buy button options, I'm going to come back here and show you exactly what these mean after we create this. And again, we're just going to do this the same thing, but these are the only two differences. And first I'm going to create this, and then I'll come back and show you how to do that and what you can do to customize those. Basically, they're just the buttons to press, buy or complete purchase. Okay, so we'll kind of show you what the default is here. So let's go over to a campaign, and first let's go into business settings. Once you kind of test these out, and if you like one over the other, you can set this in a global setting. So it will go over all of your WordPress campaigns. So let's see where that global setting is. And I'm pretty sure it was a global setting. Let me see. Okay, so your default cart page. So if you want to set it for all of your campaigns, that way you don't have to really select it. I will still select it even on the campaign level, but in case you forget, you are covered here with your global setting. Okay, and if you don't want to set a global setting, you'll have to make sure you set it on each and every campaign. So it's a good idea to figure out which one you like. Sorry about that, and go ahead and set that. So let's just do the one step right now, and we'll just kind of we'll hit save. Now when we go to our campaign, you can override that global setting if you want to have a specific checkout for a specific campaign. I'm not sure why you would want to do that, but you can. So let's go over here, and it's going to be in your page. Actually, it's going to be in your cart settings. You scroll usually all the way down to the bottom. It's going to be your cart page URL. So you're going to, before we had a global setting, you had to make sure that this was checked, and if it wasn't, people were not able to check out. So let's stick with the one step. I usually check these every time I create a campaign, even when I duplicate, just because I want to make sure that there's no issues at all. It's kind of like just a little backup. So we're going to go ahead and hit update here. And I'll show you the differences here when we get here. Let's refresh this page. Got all of our notifiers and everything popping up here. So I'm just going to put in some letters just so we can get to the page. So we're going to add it to the cart. Okay, so you can see I've been kind of testing these, but anyway, now this is the step one. This is pretty much a standard. Let's just get rid of some of this so it's not as long here. Forgot to clear my cache before we did this, but that's okay. We'll just leave one item in here for now. Okay, so this is the step one checkout. This is, like I said, this is default. This continue shopping button is going to be blue. Your contact, if they have a coupon code up here. Again, your cart notice, we covered this in the campaign settings and the cart portion of the campaign settings. If you want to give them a special discount code right on here, this is what your cart notice could do, or shipping discounts if they buy a certain amount of items. So you can let them know anything you want under this cart notice, and that's in the campaign settings. But getting back to this, you have your contact info, your billing address, shipping address, and payment method, and then they complete their purchase. So this is all one page, one step checkout. They don't have to do anything different here. Okay. So again, it's just by preference and how you want to do it. Okay. So that is the one step checkout. Now let's go back here. Let's press the two-step checkout. Okay. And I'll kind of show you the difference here. Let's update this. I might have to actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to go back to the page, the Cool Grandma, and we'll start over again. Let's just actually refresh this. So again, we'll do some just basic stuff here. Pick a size, add to the cart. Okay, so here's the main difference on the two steps. So they're going to enter their email and their billing address first, okay? And if their shipping address is the same, now they're going to go to the payment method. Okay, so once they click this, you already have their information. And so let's just go ahead and just use... Okay, so we'll just click to the payment method, and now they're on another step here, and this is where they actually enter in their credit card information and complete the order. Okay, so it's a two-step checkout. Okay, now you can customize these buttons. So on the step 1, if you want to come over to the buy text, so right now I think it said oh gosh, I forgot what it said. Let's add to cart again. Let's refresh, and I just want to show you this will be the last on these, but let's refresh. Let's just go. Okay, so right now it says continue to payment method. You can probably leave that, but if you did want to change that, you can change that text here. You can see these are some of my examples: buy bro, buy homie. Just seeing if it changes. But if you wanted to use something, you can change that there. If you wanted to change the buy text color, usually you're going to want to leave it white, but if you wanted to change the hover color or the background color or the hover background color, because right now it's at this, this orange and pink. So if you wanted to mess with that a little bit, you can definitely do that. And that's what's going to go ahead and change this. So if you wanted to make this green, you can go ahead and do that. You can just simply, change these things a little bit and just go ahead and do that. So if we were to kind of make this the background color and the hover background color, I don't know, maybe we'll make it a little bit darker. And the same thing that's going to go with your buy options. So let's go ahead and just do this. And I might have to refresh this. See if it will just do it on a refresh. So you can see that that's changed that. Okay, it's changed the text. It's changed the hover colors. And the same thing goes for order now. If you want to just put purchase or complete purchase, you can change that. You can change the text. And that's just going to be on your step 2. Okay. So again, just to recap, you have the options of creating a step 1 and a step 2 checkout. You can set those up globally in your business settings, or you can set them up if you want to change it up. You can set them up on your campaign settings if you want to change it, and that will override that global setting. Okay, and that is that, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.